That's great. So is that kind of the producer? What does the agency owner look like then?
The agency owner's job, in our opinion, they only have 3 jobs, okay? Training, accountability, and overall management. If you, and this is my opinion, if you are the top producer in your agency, you're not preparing your agency to be big. Okay? You're not. If you are the top producer, because what you're supposed to do is train other producers to be the top producer. You're supposed to pass on that wisdom and that knowledge. And I tell you, it's crazy. When I was a captive agent, for the first year, I was the top producer in the agency. And finally, I just said, you know what? I know not to do this. I'm not stupid here. I know not to do this. So I started training those folks. And it's the times that I was spent quoting and talking to folks and all that, I would have them come in, listen to me. And then after that, the next morning, we would train. And after a while, they started to repeat what I said, and they started to mimic what I was doing. And before long, I was no longer the top agency. I was no longer the top producer in the agency. And that was amazing, because then I could train 10, 15, 20 people. So my day right now, all day long, is spent training agencies. That's what I do as a CEO, is I train staff and train agencies so they can mimic what I can do. So again, there are only 3 things that an agency owner, in our opinion, is really supposed to be focused on. One is training, and most agency owners don't train. They either, and training can be as simple as sit down here and listen to me. Sit beside me and hear what I say, take some notes, and then when we train tomorrow, try to repeat what you heard me say. Agencies don't do that because they're too caught up in the fire. The next thing they're supposed to do is accountability, and most agency owners don't have very much accountability. They're like, oh, I don't need to worry about Susie. She already knows what she's doing. And I don't need to worry about Bob. They already know what they're doing. And I don't need to worry about Tom. He already knows what he's doing. But then I'll come in a lot of times to do my annual visit or my yearly audit of the agency, and I'll say, okay, Tom, tell me about this. Well, it's like, well, hold on. You told me Tom knows what he's doing. Well, he gets the job done. Okay, but here's a lot of the problem. If it takes you an hour to do what should have been done in 15 minutes, then yeah, you're getting the job done, but you're getting so little of the job done in a week that we're not growing. So my thing is accountability. Hold your people accountable. Hold them accountable for training, first and foremost. Hold them accountable for putting things on paper that are supposed to be on paper. Hold them accountable for saying the things that need to be said. And you can't do that if you're always out handling a problem because they didn't train. And here's the self-fulfilling prophecy. Most agencies that tell you we just have so many problems, they have so many problems because they never trained. So now when your customers are calling in about billing and your people don't know what to answer or don't know how to answer and you're having all these billing problems, it's because you never trained on billing. And then when the people are coming in and say, well, I don't know, I was supposed to change this car, but the endorsement didn't go through. Well, you know why? Because you never trained on endorsements. Or you're an account manager and you say, oh my God, they had a claim, but I didn't have their mechanicals covered properly. You know why? Because you never trained on mechanicals. So it's the same thing. I'm telling you, agency owners, you need to spend more time training and less time being there trying to be the top producer in your agency. So I don't know if that answered your question. No, I may have went on some tangent.
Training, I think, was one. Did we cover the other 2?
Yeah, so there's training, accountability, and then overall management. Right. So accountability, like I said, hold them accountable for, and what I'm looking for is training first and foremost. You can't tell me as an agency owner, I didn't have time to train. That's like a quarterback telling a coach, oh, I didn't have time to go out and work with my receivers. Oh, I didn't have time to hand the ball off to my running back. I was so busy standing over here trying to figure out how my helmet was my helmet was loose, and I spent so much time trying to get my helmet tightened that I never had time to work with the offense. But that's what a lot of agency owners do. And so training is number one, and then accountability. Accountability for training, accountability for paperwork, and accountability for saying what I need you to say. And they're only going to say what you need them to say if you train them. It's repetitive. And then finally, overall agency management, meaning I should be the one looking at the numbers. I should be the one looking at our brokers and making sure that we've got the right relationships. I should be the one making sure that I'm tracking where's our business coming from. Is it coming from referrals? Is it coming from lead sources? Is it coming from telemarketing? Is it coming from mailing? Where's our business coming from? Because if you spend your time training and you spend your time looking at accountability and then you spend your time making sure that you're covering all the weaknesses of the agency, you don't have time to be the top producer. Because you're too busy working on your business instead of working in your business.
So is any given day a combination of those three things? Is there kind of something you would suggest? Hey, I would suggest, the training in the morning, the afternoon is what would you say most days probably look like within those three things?
Training in the afternoon or evening is a waste of time. I'm just being honest with you. I mean, it's better than nothing, but it's a waste of time because they've mentally shut down already. They're ready to go home. It's like training on a Friday. Okay, what's the point in that? They're going to use this all weekend? They're going to go home and soak it all in all weekend? No. That's why we do our trainings on Monday within our group and even within my mentoring arm. We have our Monday bi-weekly training series for webinars, our webinars. We do that on a Monday because I want all week to influence. And our studies have shown you get 42% more sales when you train in the morning and when you train early in the week. 42% more sales. So, yeah, that's what I suggest. Training is always in the morning. That's why we say we prep or preparation in the morning, execution in the afternoon. That's always our focus. Doesn't mean it works out perfectly because we're in the insurance world, but if I plan a perfect plan, even when it's screwed up, it's still better than not having a perfect plan.
Hi, my name is Steve Houston. Welcome back to my channel. This is a channel we talk about mortgage section, final expense, really all things financial services, where I discuss the facts and we allow you to decide. This week I'm going to make a very short video and just talk about how simple this business is. People, overcomplicate this business, to be honest with you. I've been doing this a very, very long time, and I so appreciate all of the subscribers and the people that have